Have you ever wondered why you can flex without your muscles exploding? On today's video, I'm going to explain the process of muscle contraction. Muscle contraction is the process of how our muscles contract and generate force. And it does sound complicated, and it kind of is, but just imagine it as your body doing some microscopic teamwork to help you move. So today, I'm going to be breaking it down step by step so you'll actually understand what's happening when you flex your biceps while you're working out, when you run, or even when you dance. So first, the brain decides that you're going to move. It sends an electrical message called an action potential down a motor neuron. At the end of that neuron, there's a synaptic knob that's like the delivery hub. When the message gets to the synaptic knob, the voltage-gated calcium channels open up and calcium rushes in. And then the neuron's like, all right, send it. So that calcium triggers acetylcholine to release into the synaptic cleft. And by the way, the synaptic cleft is basically the gap between the neuron and your muscle. The acetylcholine then attaches to receptors on the sarcolemma, which is your muscle cell's membrane. And boom, sodium rushes in and it changes the membrane potential. And now the muscle cell is all charged up and it's ready to get going. And that electrical charge goes along the sarcolemma and into the transverse tubules, which are the little tunnels that carry the message deeper into the muscle fiber. The signal hits the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is basically a calcium warehouse, and it's like, release the calcium. So the calcium floods out, it finds troponin, and it bonds to it. And this makes tropomyosin, the gatekeeper protein, move out of the way. Now, the actin myofilaments have open binding sites, and the myosin heads are like, finally, it's my time to shine. So now it's game time. The myosin heads grab an ATP molecule for energy, and it breaks that ATP into ADP and phosphate, and it uses that energy to latch onto actin, aka a cross bridge. Then comes the power stroke. Myosin literally yanks the actin filament inwards, and it pulls the sarcomere shorter. So that's the contraction you see when a muscle flexes. When new ATP shows up, the myosin lets go, it resets, and this whole cycle goes again. If you zoomed in, it would look like billions of little tiny arms doing curls at lightning speed. So no ATP means rigor mortis. So yeah, energy really matters. And when the brain stops sending signals, everything has to chill out. So acetylcholine I don't know how to pronounce that, but it comes in and it breaks down any leftover acetylcholine. So it basically cleans up all the messages. Then the calcium ions get pumped back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum, the tropomyosin slides back to block the actin sites, and the membrane potential goes back to normal. The muscle relaxes, the sarcomere lengthens again, and your body's like, okay guys, we can stop pretending to be the Rock now. So here's the muscle contraction love story, simplified. First, the brain sends a message through the neuromuscular junction, and then that signal travels along the sarcolemma and the T-tubules. The sarcoplasmic reticulum then releases calcium, and troponin and tropomyosin move aside. Then the myosin grabs actin, it goes into a power stroke, and it goes into contraction. And ATP resets this whole cycle. And acetylcholinesterase ends the show, and everything relaxes. And that's how you can lift things, how you run from your responsibilities, and how you wave at someone who might not even be waving at you. Thanks for watching, guys. Go flex your knowledge now.